According to NPR, Montgomery County is the most religiously diverse county in the country. Hi, I'm Sophie, a NexGen member at Montgomery Community Media. Today we'll be diving in what it's like to be a Muslim teen in Montgomery County. I'm here with Eleham.
Hi, my name is Eleham Salo, and I go to Bethesda Chevy Chase High School, and I'm a junior.
And my friend Tamani, please introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Tamani, and I'm a Northwood High School senior here with you today.
Okay. So, how are you guys doing today?
I'm doing good, yeah.
Okay.
I'm doing good today. Thank you for having us.
Okay. So, we'll start with our first question. Have you always felt comfortable expressing your faith? I'll start with Eleham.
I would say yes. I'm comfortable expressing it by wearing my hijab every single day. Since as long as I can remember, I'm comfortable expressing it in class. When a teacher is inquiring certain things, I would be comfortable enough to explain or clarify things that occur in the classroom. And overall, yeah.
Okay. How about you, Tamani?
Honestly, for me, it was a learning journey. I came here obviously as an immigrant, and so when it's your first experience, you have your parents telling you, yes, practice your faith, but don't overdo it. You don't want to draw attention and stuff like that. But I think gradually I didn't have a choice because I was wearing the hijab. I'm very visibly Muslim, but it did take me time to start being comfortable going at school and just showing people my faith, and when I get asked questions, being able to answer them comfortably.
Yeah, I guess I relate more with you because I did start wearing the hijab 2 years ago, but I am an immigrant, so I wear the hijab sometimes outside to school, during Ramadan and stuff like that. So I guess I've not always felt comfortable, expressing my faith, but it has been a journey, so yeah.
Did you guys go to Sunday school or whatever?
Mine is Saturday school, Saturday school. Just Quran Islamic school.
Okay, and
yeah.
Maybe that's why the difference is a little bit?
Yeah, I would talk about Islamic school to people because I didn't understand not everybody goes to religious school, but yeah.
So I haven't, not necessarily a building. My parents did try to put me in a Huda school, but I think for me it was just more of I came here, right, 5th grade. I didn't speak English, and then being put on the spot felt really uncomfortable. When you have a teacher asking you, they may be doing it out of kindness, being oh, I love your hijab color today, or why are you wearing it today, right? But to me, as a non-English speaker, that was very way out of my comfort zone. But yeah.
Let me jump into our next question. Are there any common misconceptions about being a Muslim teen you'd like to clear up? So anybody can jump in.
I guess I'll start. I think for me, it's just being my experience with the hijab. I think it's very, there are so many misconceptions about Muslims that you see in media, and there's always this idea of you have to be forced to wear it lingering, right? And I think even for those who go out of their way to research, when you read the Quran, you obviously go to Surah An-Nur or something, and you see that verse that talks about how it's mandatory, it's obligatory, right? And so everyone in the West just has in their perception that as a Muslim woman, you're obviously obligated to wear the hijab. I think that's something very different from my experience personally. I do understand that some women go through that, but it's just having to explain and clear up the fact that I may have worn it young. I was 3 when I started wearing it. I understand that I didn't really know what I was doing when I was 3, but at the end of the day, it's nice to tell people that yes, while it is a commandment of God for us as Muslim women, it is my choice at the end of the day to uphold that commandment, and that applies to a lot of Muslim women. It's just you don't really visibly see that these days.
Yeah, same with me. Many people thought that my mom wore it because I'm wearing it, but my mom doesn't even wear the hijab. Not saying that hijab is a choice, but it was a choice for me. It was a way to tap into my faith, and like I said, it was a journey, and it helped me be more comfortable with my faith. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree, and I think adding on to your misconception about the hijab, I feel in general, it's like not all Muslims are the same, and I think that's a misconception, and like grouping them as, oh, they're this, or especially I feel like it's easier when it comes to Muslim women, because for the ones that wear a hijab, you can like group them up. Okay, yeah, they're all the same. You wear a hijab, it's easy to identify, right? And I feel like that's the misconception that I would want to clear, that we're not all the same. There's different backgrounds, different way of growing up, different way that culture was put onto us, and religion in general.
Yeah. I feel like people don't know what hijab really means, because hijab means veil in Arabic. So like nuns wear the hijab, like there's pagans that wear the hijab, Jewish women wear the hijab, or like wigs sometimes, but like people always think like the word hijab just means like oppression and all that, and I don't know.
That is true. I think it's also, I mean, it's nice when you come across someone who's willing to have that conversation. I think Sophie and I do a lot of stuff like at school when it comes to like our Muslim identity. And for me, it's just being able to sit down with someone and explain what the hijab really is. Because like you said, adding on to that is, it's like you have a very small idea and understanding of what it is. As Muslim women, it's more of, yes, being veiled, but also in your behavior, being modest in your clothes, being modest in your action. Like, it doesn't end at just me getting up every day, putting a scarf on my head and being like, okay, I'm a Muslim woman today. It's more of, how do I interact with people? Like, how do I dress the rest of my body? Things like that. And so, yeah, I really do think it's a big misconception, and it's definitely amazing to be able to talk to people about it.
Yeah, because me and Tamani lead an MSA at Northwood, and we did have like an Islamic Awareness Week where like we had hijab day, where like different students could like wear the hijab and like try it out for a day, and like people said they felt like confident, they felt like pretty, like a lot of people were giving them compliments, and yeah, that's what I loved about that day. So yeah, so let me go into our next question. Okay. How do you balance faith and social life, especially when it comes to things like dating, parties, and just like other social events? I'll start with you.
I would say it's definitely easier when you're surrounded by an environment that respects that you're not really up to that scene. So my friends respect that, and it's just easier when it's not like, oh, this and this happened, oh, you missed this. It's like whatever, like they know what scenery I prefer to be at, and those, we're together for those, and then when we're not, that's fine too. Like, it's their lifestyle and that's my lifestyle, and there's no like fear of missing out. Like, I don't mind. Like, I have other ways to occupy myself.
Like, have people ever asked you like why you don't go to like, you know, certain things, or like what is it called? Like, do you go to like football games or anything?
I would say I don't go, but it's not really like a religious based type of thing.
Yeah. How about you?
I do agree. It really comes down to the friends you surround yourself with. But I also feel like for me, at the end of the day, I'm in high school, right? There's obviously no way that I will be talking, even with my friends, and someone just hops in and is like, oh, are you guys talking about prom? Are you guys talking about like homecoming and things like that? And so it is inevitable for me. I think I do struggle with it. It's not because of the idea that I want to participate, because I think I want to say that I'm very solid as like in my faith, and I know what I want to do and what not based on what my faith says. But it's just like kind of the fear, not the fear of missing out, the fear of not being involved in a sense. Because like when they come home with like crazy stories, oh my God, you see what happened at prom and things like that. I'm like, oh, that's nice. I wasn't there. I can't like share anything about it. But I do think I may like fill up my day with way more other busy stuff. I think socially I'm really active. I do a lot of clubs. I do a lot of events. So it's kind of come to the point where it's like I'm too busy to even start thinking about it. But it's like, it's definitely a transition in high school. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, my experience is way different for me because like, I mean, I'm like your typical Muslim in America. Like, I go to homecoming, I'm probably gonna go to prom, and like, I've been to a football game. Like, I haven't been to any parties because I feel like that's just too crazy. But I've been to like many social events, and I guess like slowly I'm realizing like there's really no point in going to like those type of things. I don't know, especially with like the quote unquote free mixing with like other.
Yes, I think here's my thing. I wouldn't really. How do I say it? Because I do like there are obviously Muslim teens who participate in that. I wouldn't fault them too much. I think for me it's come to be like kind of a choice of freedom.
Yeah.
Because I get to choose what type of, like you said, scene I want to be in, right? I might not be going with you guys to prom and doing the crazy dressing, but I know I'm going to like this 8th party with like every single Muslim I know at school and things like that. And so to me it was just a freedom of choice. Yeah.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah. But my friends are also very, very respectful. So, yeah. Okay. How did you feel during the Israel-Palestine war, like occurring like last year? It's still ongoing. Like the conflict's still ongoing, but you know.
Yeah. So yes, it is ongoing, and I just feel there's a lot of media, and like it would always be happening. On my way to school, the TV's on, and it's talking about something. Yeah. At least, especially last 2 years ago, there was always something going on, and then you'd come to school and there'd be people talking about it. Yeah. And I think, personally, my school did a good job, like with the organizations. There'd be the Jewish Student Union and the Muslim Student Association, and they would have conversations within their clubs where they would invite people to talk about how, in their own ways, talking about the history of things, media bias, and just spreading awareness almost without like causing any debates within them. And I feel like that opened up a space for people. Yeah. And I think I would say it was more assuring that we're not getting like too divided, and that like people are talking it out and together.
Like things were really heightened like 2023, right? Like around October. But what's it called? Did your MSA, BCC, like did they take a stance on the whole issue?
A stance? I just know that people, we have a newspaper. It's called BCC Tatler, and people would share their thoughts on there. And there's many opinions from both sides, both the JSU and the MSA, and they share their opinions on there. And I would say it was interesting that day, October 7th, and like the principal came on and spoke about how there's like counselors for anyone who needs it, take a day off. And I think especially after that time, it was like you don't want to, it was kind of like walking on pins, because you don't want to say the wrong things and come off as something you're not trying to come off as. So that's how I would explain.
Okay. Like, I guess our experience was really different. Like, we we led a protest, and we're like surrounded like by a predominantly like Jewish neighborhood. Like right now we're at a holding school, but like back in like 2023 we were like right next to a Jewish neighborhood. So we did have like a lot of counter protesters, and like I don't know, a lot of people were just sending us like say death threats, and like it was too much. Like
it was an experience, to say the least. I think I really appreciate honestly how your school handled it. I think for us, as soon as it happens, everyone was walking on eggshells, and it was very obvious, right? Yeah. You have teachers where no one is willing to talk, and then you have, like no one wants to say anything on the issue because you don't want to like harm one student body versus the other. Or even I think I've honestly seen it in the classroom when you have like students just bringing up the thing, oh my God, did you see what happened? This type of statistics, you have a teacher or staff just easily shut it down. I think that was just on like a smaller level. But like Sophie said, I think it was just our surroundings of the community where we're in. It was a very difficult time, I'm gonna say, for both sides, I think. But I am really appreciative of our administration team and the way they handled it. I think they were very supportive in the best way that they can be. But to say the least, obviously things escalated, and I wouldn't find fault with anyone for that. Yeah.
Like a lot of our MSA members did like make complaints to the Council of Islamic Relations. Like the Council of Islamic Relations, like they had 609 complaints in the year of 2023 alone, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, a lot of our MSA members, like they had arguments with a lot of Jewish students. Like everything was just very all over the place. Like I had to go to the counseling office like many times. Like
I think for us, I think it's more of because Sophie and I founded our MSA and actually lead it, right? And so we were, that year specifically, you were in a position where you have your MSA members come to you and tell you, oh my God, someone did this to me. And they tell you that, not the adult, right? So it's like now you have to play the role of the adult. Like I'm as president, you told me this and I'm confident, right? So now it's my role to go up to admin. It's my role to go up to your counselor. It's my role to go up to the principal and tell them this happened. And I think unfortunately that was a lot of us, what we did last year. So that just really complicated things for us. And it was like to the point where you don't know how to navigate your own feelings in the thing because, well, you have to be there for those under you, right? You have to speak up for others. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna talk about our last question. So, do you feel like Montgomery County is an accepting and inclusive place for Muslim teens?
I would say yes.
Okay.
And I would say yes because there's at least in our school, there's a lot of us. I've noticed since freshman year, there's been an increase of people who wear a hijab in BCC, and that number grew. So I would say yes in the fact that there's like communities built within that, but I won't deny there's probably impartial bias that may be occurring, that like it's just there, but overall, like.
Okay. Yeah. I guess like I could say like kind of like we did get like a lot of help from like admin and stuff, and it was, I don't know how to explain this. Like we did get a lot of help with admin and stuff, and like they were very helpful with like our events and stuff like that. But at the same time, like with the whole situation, it was just like really weird. Like I felt like we couldn't talk about it at all. Yeah.
I would say as a place, as a community, it generally is, right? I think throughout my entire years of being Muslim in this county, I don't think I've ever had an issue with like telling people I'm Muslim, showing that I'm Muslim, like being happy on my Muslim holidays and things like that. So it is an accepting place, but at the end of the day, it also comes down to the people with you in that space, and you can't control that. The county can't control that. And like Sophie said, our administration team, like they were on their A game. They are amazing individuals who really did stand by us.
Wait, can I add on to that? Like, what is it called? It also depends on like where in the county you are. I feel like it really does. Yeah.
Like even our sponsor, you have people who really do understand that their role as like adults in a school and in a county is to support you and protect you, right? So we had these individuals, but at the same time, you had the other side, right? You had a lot of the other side too. You have, you experienced other types of staff too who they don't necessarily feel that way, and it's fine to not feel that way. I think it was just a really hard time for like to express what you feel, especially when it's like a student-teacher relationship. That makes it more complicated. So Montgomery County is an amazing place, but it also comes down to the individuals. And even with our experience last year, I don't know. I think I would have expected wanted just a little bit more of what our county heads, like the ones above our principals, the one above our administrations did. Because like Sophie said, it just felt there wasn't the right action at the right time, if it makes sense. Like we weren't provided the space at the time needed to like talk about what needed to be talked. And then when that conversation did happen later on, that was wonderful, but it wasn't at the right time. So Yeah.
Yeah, like yeah, we do need more. But I guess that'll be all for today, and thank you for joining me, guys. Again, it's Sophie with NexGen at Montgomery Community Media. Thank you.